Welcome to my back patio. And I can probably start my recording as soon as Sammy has settled down. Right now, he moves when I move. Whoops. Yeah. So, this is not working right now. Beautiful birds out there. Yeah. Settle down, Sammy. So, Sammy is not settling down. And right now he's in my lap, which doesn't make it easy because as soon as he's gonna be the yarn and something moving, he wants to play. But first of all, you want to select the right hook for your yarn. I'm using a cotton yarn, which I don't recommend for beginners because you can see it really does splice open real easy. Sammy, settle down. But it works for my demonstration purposes. So you can see the big hook. Oh yeah, right. This is not gonna work. So Sammy has gotten into my cotton yarn and I believe he's eating it. Not helping, Sammy. Not helping. I'll have to find a different solution. Like I said, this is the big hook. It would work. This is the smaller hook. Works better. So we'll do a slip knot. And Sammy now has the table. So I clipped my camera to my chair and there's a little bit of movement as I am actually breathing. Oh, too bad. He's back. He's found the yarn. Find yet another solution. Sammy is busy with the yarn. I switched to a different one. Still, this hook would work. A little bit too big. And you can also make just samples. So we'll do the slip knot this time, showing it with the left hand. The end is in the front. Wrap it around your fingers. Wrap it behind. Pull your hook through. Pull it tight. Not too tight because you still want to get in there. Pick up your yarn. And we're doing chain stitch to begin with. Wrap the yarn behind, the hook behind the yarn. Move your fingers up so you can hold it again. I need to get some more yarn going here. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 Sammy. No. You're a mighty hunter. He found it. So Sammy is pouring. Birds are singing. This is nice. The hook goes behind the yarn and pull it through. Hold your work with your middle finger and your thumb. This is your tension. Chain stitch. Chain stitch. Chain stitch. stitch. I'm going to put the hook out of the way. Yeah, in the basket it's here to shield Sammy from looking at the yarn. Remember, the loop that is on the hook never counts as a stitch. Try to make your chains even. Try to make them so that you can easily pass through the hook. And you see how the hook just changes from facing me to facing down to pull the yarn through. And if you want to use a beginner yarn, something that is tightly wound and doesn't splice easily, something that doesn't have hair on here, mohair is not a good beginner yarn. Wool now is really nice to work with as a beginner, and then the synthetic yarns are well too. Cotton is a little stiff, it grabs a little bit better, but it's also very good for doing anything like kitchen cloth. So now I have done a few chains, and what we're going to practice now is just a slip stitch. Remember, the slip stitch, we're just going in, pulling the yarn through all the loops, and that one is used when you want to connect your work. And right now I'm just using the back loop of the V with our stitches. Another way is if you were to turn it all the way and go into the very back, like this one right here. It's a little bit harder, so I can use my finger to pry it open and then pull it through. Slip stitch through all of them. So now I have them turned, so I can get into the very back. Slip stitch, very back. So of course that creates a twist in my original chain, but for the purpose of just showing you what happens, no problem. Okay, so we've gone through the back loop a couple of times. I'm going to switch back to the back loop of the V, back leg. And now I'm just going to go in the front. And this again is a cotton yarn, so you can see it splices open a little bit easier. So we'll go back in the front. In other words, get your hook in there anywhere you want, or what the description of your work is asking you to do. I'm going back in the back. That's my preferred method when I'm working on the first chain. So we're still doing slip stitches. And let's just pretend that we are in the end of the row. So all I'm doing is one chain, turn my work, and now I'm working through both loops. And we're just doing a basic stitch, which means pull up the loop. It's a single crochet. Very, very basic. And I'm going again through both legs. I did get tight. So I'm using both of my hands right now to help me with my crochet. Whoops, that's not where I want to go. It's easier just to catch one leg if you're this tight, because the needle doesn't have to go through the whole loop. So if I just catch the back one here, I get a nice ridge in the front, a little bit more of a hole. There's again the V, but the V, I can pull it a little bit more in either the front one or the back one, because it has more room because of the V going around. So I'm just going to stay in the back leg. Basic stitch. What a beautiful day. Sorry, my camera is moving when I move. Let me get some yarn going. And that was Sammy rocking the table. Clearly I'm not used to working through my camera. Basic stitch. Basic stitch. So go in the back loop, back leg. Hi Sammy. Where you going? Trouble with this cat is he's been a stray, so he doesn't like to be touched. So I cannot touch him and say where to go, because he has some really good sharp claws. He's sitting right next to me and he's waiting for the yarn to move. And he's purring. This is too interesting for him. Usually he just gets in one of the chairs, settles down and goes to sleep. But there's too much movement here. And I am just refusing to go inside on such a beautiful day. We'll have to do something different here with this cat. Let's see how long that works. Whoops. So basic single crochet. I'm at the end. One more stitch. And turning around with one. This is always the height of the stitch that you want to get. So this one was just one chain stitch. So now what we're going to do is half double crochet. Which means that we have 3 loops on our hook and pull through all of them. Get some yarn. Slobbing wet. Yarn over, pull through 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 3 loops. I haven't found the right position for the camera yet, and there's some weeds on there where I don't bother it and I can actually see what I'm doing. We'll work it out. Half double crochet. Yarn over. And I'm still working in the back loop. I just prefer it because I get this nice ridge in the front, which in the back looks like this. Whoops, I forgot my yarn over for a half double crochet. Yarn over, and going through both loops, we can try that too. Pull it through. Remember, when you are pulling through those loops, angle the hook a little bit towards the back, because of this loop is hard to catch, right? So angle that a little bit to the back and it's easier to catch. And if you don't get it on the first try, you can also pull through one, come up for air, pull through one, and pull through another one. It works too. Not as fast, not as efficient, but it works. So pull it a little bit to the back, and it goes right through. Oops, half double crochet. We're doing half double crochet. Yarn over, and I'm back into my back loop. I just like it. Yarn over into my back leg of my loop, my stitch. Last one. And this is where we did a chain to go up. So we're just doing 2 chains now, because our next stitch is a double crochet. Yarn over. I'm going to do all of them. Go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, yarn over, go through 2, go through 2. So double crochet, yarn over, and you can hold it with the finger here too. Go through both of the loops, yarn over, through and through, yarn over, yarn over, and go through 2, and go through 2, yarn over, through 2, and 2. By the way, I really enjoyed the class yesterday. I had fun. You ladies are just absolutely marvelous. Starting something new, fearless, having fun. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And I finally unknotted that big yarn mess that you guys made. Double crochet. German Stäbchen. I had to learn a whole new technology in English for that. All right. I think some of you have advanced to actually starting a granny square, which we're going to do next. Tricky part is to figure out where your last stitch and where your first stitch is. You can actually put a stitch marker in there if you feel more comfortable that way. I have one more right here, so hold this with my finger, push through here, double crochet, and if you were to work just the last row like this, all you would do is pull this through one time, cut it, pull it through, and pull it tight, and you can safely take your yarn off. So we did a row of chain stitches, we did a row of slip stitches, a row of single crochet, a row of half double crochet, and a row of double crochet. So next step, I'll just get some yarn and we'll do the beginning of a granny square. Alright, let's work a granny square. So here's a new way of doing a slip knot. You just twist it around, hold it there, pull it through, and voila, one slip knot. So for our granny square, we're starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains, going back into the first loop, 1 slip knot, and chaining 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's the height of our double crochet. So we're going 1 yarn over, find the hole in the center, not the one where you go into the first loop, but the hole in the center, 1 yarn over, double crochet, oops, that didn't work so well. Let's do that 1 over. This is the yarn where Sammy chewed on. Yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. And this one chain counts as our first one. This is our second one. Now we'll do our third one. And we're starting on our granny square corners. So we're doing 2 chain stitches, yarn over, back into the center. We're doing 3 double crochet, double crochet, and we're sliding them together. Two chains. This is going to be for our corner. 1 yarn over, back into the center. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, sliding them over. 1, 2, this is our third corner, 2 chains, yarn over, double crochet, number 2, getting crowded in there, number 3, two chain stitches for our corner. And now we're connecting back to our first time. Well, we made our chain of 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're doing a slip stitch to complete our round. Oops, slip stitch. And now we have our 4 corners for the granny square. Starting the next round with 3 chains. That's the height of our double crochet. And since we want to keep them all in our same space, we're going to go and do them in the same space that we just came out of. That way we keep in our beginning of the round in the same space. So the first chain that we did of 3 counts as 1. This is 2, and this is number 3. Now we're not in the corner yet, so we're just doing 1 chain on the sides. Then we're going into the corner, double crochet, and it's always going to be sets of 3 now. 1, 2, 3, and in the corner we're doing 2 chains in between our sets of 3, and we're going to go back into the same corner with another 3 double crochet. Two chains. I'm sorry, 1 chain. We're on the side now. We're going into the corner. Just 1 chain in between. 3 double crochet. Two chains, and again 3 double crochet. One corner here, 1 corner here, 1 corner here. 1 chain going into the last corner here. I'm sorry, I keep bumping the camera. Two chains. Three double crochet. Chain 1, and we're completing this corner that we started on with 3 double crochet. Splitting my yarn here. Last one. Chain 2, and again connecting to our first start of the round where our 3 chains are with a slip knot. I'm sorry, slip stitch. That completes round 2. 3 chain, and into this hole now again, so that we stay in the same beginning spot. 2 more double crochet, I have not figured out how to get my camera right so I don't bump it all the time. And since we're going into the side now, only 1 chain and 3 double crochet. Not in the corner yet. 1 chain, going into the corner, 3 double crochet, chain 2, and again in the corner, 3 double crochet, chain 1 for the side, 3 double crochet, one chain, three double crochet, chain 2, three double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet for the corner, and we're in the corner, chain 2, same corner again, 3 double crochet, chain 1, yep, dealing with a yarn mess. At least I'm not dealing with the Sammy who's right there in the front of the camera. 3 double crochet, chain 1, three double crochet, and we're back at the corner where we started. chain 2, slip stitch back into our first chain, and you get the drift. We're doing 1, 2, 3 chain, going back into the same space, so we always have our beginning spot on the granny square in the same spot. There's different ways of doing this. I like this one, and you're welcome to try others. So this counts as 1, 2, 3. Chain 1. Now I want to say something about crochet and speed. If you want to get faster, all you have to do is do this motion, because you're already coming up behind it. So there's 1. So you don't have to turn the hook. It already comes up behind it. When you come out of here. It's a little less wear on the wrist, and with practice it gets faster. Turn over. And of course, when I'm doing it that way, I bump the camera a lot more. Chain 1, and we're back into a corner. Three double crochet. 2 chain, 3 double crochet, and so on, and so on, and so on.